欢迎, come on in. It is great to have you back. If you ask me, what is the one thing that in my kitchen I couldn't do it without, I would have to say, my wok. It is easy to use, and you can even bring it camping. That would be a walk in the park. Today, we're going to put our wok to work in just a minute. Now, let's check out a very special market next to Melbourne's Chinatown. Mornings are beautiful in Melbourne. The city rises early, and so do we. Morning is actually the perfect time for grocery shopping. Today, my friend Lina Wong and her sister Xiaoling are taking me to the famous Queen Victoria Market. Whoa, look at that. There are things you can never find anywhere. See, you can even buy kangaroo here. This is kangaroo meat, nice and lean. This is another one that you cannot find anywhere. Emu egg. Sir, I would like to order this because I would like to make omelet.
Certainly.
For my family. Can I have one emu egg?
Very good. There's the egg there.
Oh, this is beautiful. Emu egg. In addition to my favorite emu egg, there are also more familiar items. And the prices are fantastic. You can get all kinds of meats, Australian beef and lamb, and much, much more. You find all kinds of fresh seafood. Look, fresh oysters, squid, and giant scallops. And the great thing about shopping at Queen Victoria Market is that you can snack while you shop. Amazing. Melbourne is so cosmopolitan that it's something for almost every nationality. As always, shopping can be a contact sport.
That's the skinless and boneless fillet.
Oh, how do you cook it?
Fried. Bit of flour, egg and flour and fried.
They also have all sorts of sausages, cheeses, and beans and nuts here. And let's not forget the fresh vegetables here. This market carries only the freshest, including a good variety of Asian vegetables, like this giant white turnip, what we call in Chinese, 蘿蔔. We'll get some. And we're also going to pick up some eggplant. And before we leave, we couldn't pass up the fresh, sweet, perfectly ripened fruits. But now it's time to cook dinner. Lina and Xiaoling's family came to Australia 14 years ago from Manchuria, China, and they brought their homey-style cooking with them. First, we're making a dish featuring the eggplant from the market and ground pork, dried chili, break it up nice and hot, and also a tiny bit of ginger and green onion. Oh, and how about some garlic too, huh? Oh boy, this is good. Oh, soy sauce, huh? Yeah. Look at this, traditional northern-style Chinese home cooking. Eggplant and a spicy garlic sauce. We're making soup, but she's also putting a tiny bit of Sichuan peppercorn, see? And this is actually from a northeastern part of China, from the Manchu provinces. If you dip your spoon in cold water in between scoops of ground meat, it makes the task much easier. Now add shredded potato, carrots, and fancy cellophane noodles. And soak this a little bit, or you can break this up a little bit, like that. And you're going to tear them apart, you see, and then put them all in. This is Lina's family recipe for the Shandong-style soup. So beautiful. Simple dish. Now a simple potato-carrot stir-fry. Vegetable side dish. Cooking is a family affair in this household, and so is eating. A hot pot feast is perfect for the gathering of friends and family. An authentic taste of northern China, Australian style. Chinese wine, good idea. How about that? Cheers! I'm going to julienne some potato. We are today meat and potato country. One wok meat and potato. That's what I am going to show you. Northern style dish taught by Lena and her sister. They will put this right over here. A lot of people don't realize potato actually is introduced to China, I guess, during the Genghis Khan year, during the Yuan dynasty. The influence of China way past almost to Western Europe, Eastern Europe. So that's why they bring back a lot of these ingredients. Here, I have some meat. You can use any meat, chicken, pork, beef. You slice it, julienne, you see this? You continue to slice. You continue to slice, you see? And then you can continue to do it, depends on how thin you want it. But that's all I really need anyway. So I cut this up, and I julienne this into little strips like this. Strip. Cut it up, cut it up, cut it up. And I use this spatula, transfer food, put it right here. And then we are going to marinate our meat. Always use a chopstick, okay? Put a tiny bit of soy sauce, okay? Make sure your wok is nice and hot, okay? Put a tiny bit of cornstarch. Always use a little bit of cornstarch, see? Now, we are ready. In northern China, they do use chili. They use a lot of garlic, okay? So, first, heat up your wok or your frying pan. Chop garlic and crushed chili. And then put this in. Whoa! Hear the sizzling sound. Make sure, stir. Very important to stir this. Make sure to spread it out. Oh. If necessary, sometimes you might want to use a tiny bit more oil. I add it in my spatula, so this way, just in case I have too much, I don't have to put it in. You see this? I break this up. Look at it, nicely shredded. Julienne. You can also use ground meat, okay? Ground beef or ground chicken or ground turkey or ground emu. I learned this when I was traveling in Australia. In the market, they have emu, crocodile, very exotic stuff. And then you put, potato, meat and potato country, carrot and green, everything inside. Look at the color. This is a beautiful. Then we let it braise a little bit, okay? Add a tiny bit of sugar, tiny bit of Shaoxing wine, and a tiny bit of pepper. I like it to be hot. Pepper, white pepper is also introduced to China, okay? Perhaps during the time that Marco Polo visited China. Look at the color. Why I'm letting it braise and cook. If you want, tiny bit more extra soy to get that golden brown color, okay? And then, why I'm cooking this? Because I cut the potato in such thin shreds, it doesn't take too long to cook. This goes well with rice too, okay? So get some rice. Make sure, whoa, big bowl of rice. Very nice. Set it aside. Take it over here. And we are almost ready. Make sure it's just the right consistency. Not too dry, not too wet, colorful. You can just use potato and carrot. But I said, hey, we are today in a meat and potato country, okay? That's the reason why we do that. Now that's another trick the Chinese chef use. Right before you serve, put a tiny bit of sesame seed oil or oil to give that nice shiny glaze to the dish. Ooh, look at this. And the dish is ready to be served. And look at how beautiful this is. I slice it right here, okay? And of course, that's enough starch here. You don't even have to serve with rice, but hey, northern China, southern China, all together, serve this wonderful one wok meat and potatoes, northern style. I am braising the duck breast for my next dish. Wok braised duck breast with chili beer sauce. But before we pull the beer on the duck, let's go back to Melbourne to visit a Chinatown restaurant with an unusual name. In Melbourne, Little Bird Street runs through the center of Chinatown. It is quite a busy place. In Australia, BYO means you can bring your own wine or beer to the restaurant. And here is a little restaurant with a big link to China's history. It is Sichuan-style restaurant, Post Dang, named after Deng Xiaoping, the former premier from Sichuan province. Chef Lord is going to show us how to do one of the most popular, probably the best known Sichuan dish, double cooked pork or twice cooked pork. This was one of Premier Deng's favorite dishes. First slice already cooked pork, then stir fry, cooking it for the second time. Add the special Sichuan chili garlic sauce. And salted black beans. Oh, how about a little soy sauce? Whoa, I can smell the spices, the aroma, the fragrance. Then you serve. Look at this. This is beautiful. Here's a glass of beer. It's not for the chef, it's not for me. You know what? It's for the duck. We're gonna do a Sichuan-style braised duck with beer. Chef Lo chops up the duck. Into the wok it goes. Now add the spicy chili sauce again. And then put all the rest of the stuff in. Now cheer with the duck. The aroma of the beer permeates into the duck. Whoa, look at the dish. Fit for a king or a premier. This is really a feast at the Post Dang. Look at the creative presentation. And we are very honored to have City Councillor Wellington Lee as our special dinner guest. Mr. Lee's family settled in Australia back in the days of the early gold rush.
Australia is very fortunate that we have gained so many wonderful migrants, particularly from China. Clark and Anna, who are the joint owners of this wonderful and perhaps the first authentic Sichuan restaurant, paving the way for another generation of fine gourmet eaters of Chinese cuisine. Now, we have a reputation in this city of having the best Chinese restaurants anywhere in the world.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
I think our duck breast is ready. Nice. The fat is all rendered. Okay, I scored the skin a little bit before, so that means it's easier to render the fat. In the meantime, I'm going to get everything else ready. This is bell pepper. Get rid of the seed. That's all I need, okay? And I trim this a little bit more because I want to cut into diamond cuts, okay? And then I cut it, and I cut it this way, and I cut it at an angle. This way, it is diamond cut. Looks nice and beautiful. Transfer this and put it right here. Cut up some extra mushroom. Set aside, put it right here. Now we are ready. We have the duck, we have everything ready. We're going to cut up a part of these duck. Cut into little slices here. Okay. Cut into little slices. Nice and pink. This is how beautiful this is. I love the duck is still pink. And I put it right over here. And then we are getting ready to stir fry. Let me show you. Let us turn on the heat. Remove these. This is always good when you have enough burners around. And then make sure, put a tiny bit extra oil here. Not much, just a tiny bit. Sichuan peppercorn, look at that. Sichuan peppercorn already toasted. And then put the duck partially, put part of the duck, put it right here. Put the whole thing sliced. This is beautiful. The other piece, I'm going to put it over here and slice it up later. Stir and stir. And then I put the rest of the vegetable right here. I don't need all of them. I save it for the rest of the dish. And other dish that I'll be cooking. Look at the color. Look at the color. And then put a tiny bit of broth. Oh, put that doubanjiang, chili, hot chili bean paste, a lot of them. No wine. Hey, I almost forget. We use beer. Let's get some beer. The beer is for you. Oh, tiny bit of soy sauce. Oh, just a tiny bit of soy sauce to enhance the flavor. Tiny bit of hoisin sauce. Very unique. This is what it is. Put a tiny bit of extra sugar. And you know what? This is almost ready. We're going to let the duck braise in the beer for a little bit. This is beautiful. Let it braise a little bit, okay? And then we're going to cut this up, okay? We cut this up. One. Cut this up. Cut this up. Very nice. Cut this up. And we'll set this aside. Nice and pink. I like the duck is not overcooked. In the meantime, we're going to get a tiny bit of cornstarch. Thicken it up a little bit. Look at this. Make sure you always have something on hand. This is all ready. Make sure to stir this well because the cornstarch tend to settle after 10 minutes or so. So you should always, always remember, okay? Look at this. Just the right consistency. Now it is thickened. Look at how beautiful this is. When this is all nice and done, hey, how about tiny bit more? The duck can get drunk a little bit. Oh, very rarely you see a Chinese dish use beer. That's why it is so unique. Then we're going to serve these. Put this right over here. Oh, this is a beautiful dish. And also another thing that I do a little bit different than poached dung is because I use duck breast. So there's no bone. And then I line this all up. Beautiful pieces of duck. Line them all up like this. Look at this, how beautiful. Pink. That's what I liked. This is beautiful. You know what? I would like to show you and share this with you. Something that everybody can do it. Particularly you have a beer. Look at that, a jump. And then have another leftover beer. This is it. Wok braised duck breast with chili beer sauce. I have been simmering this pork for almost 12 to 14 minutes. Medium, so they are almost 60 to 70% cooked. Inside should be still pink to make a dish everybody's favorite from Sichuan. Spicy Sichuan twice cooked pork. Also, poached dang's restaurant's favorite. You know, I learned this from the chef. But actually, all the Sichuan restaurant, every single household in Sichuan province, all cook this particular dish. Why called twice cooked? Because it's already cooked at once. Okay, then we're going to slice it up. See, thinly sliced. Look at it, it's still pink. Look at that, very interesting. So that means it's not fully cooked. That's why you have to cook it again. And then, very, very thin slices, okay? Very thin slices. Okay, that's all we need. And then we transfer this and we put it right over here. And then we're going to cook it one more time. That's why you call it twice cooked. We're going to put this over here. But we don't want to waste the broth because you use the broth to cook the dish. Let's turn this heat up. Put a tiny bit of oil. Now, traditionally, most home cook do not use black bean for this particular dish, but the poached dung chef actually use black bean, so I use that too because it adds a lot of extra flavor to it. Dry chili, fresh chili, lots of garlic. Oh, I love garlic. They love garlic in Sichuan, and this would infuse and get the flavor really out. And then you put all of this in, stir, stir. Wait. And then put a tiny, tiny bit up. Make sure you break them all up, okay? Oh, make sure you break them all up. I use my hand to break them all up. Okay. Oh, very nice. And then add a tiny bit of black bean, which is already soaked and lightly crushed. Oh, never forget the doubanjiang, Sichuan chili, and a tiny bit of extra wine. And of course, sugar also helps. Oh. Wine. Okay? It's very hot, so that's the reason why be careful, okay, when you do it at home. Very nice, very dry. And then you put the rest of the stuff in. I use head cabbage. And if you don't have head cabbage, use Napa cabbage. Beautiful. Oh, very nice. Some green onion and extra pepper. Very good. This is so good. And then we're going to make sure to use the broth from cooking the pork. You see the broth? Never waste this. Never waste this. This is beautiful. Oh, this is so nice. That's why you call it twice cooked pork, because you cook it once in the broth, 60 to 70% done, you'll stir fry it again with some wonderful flavoring. And then when it's almost ready, let's see. I think it's almost ready. And get ready to plate this, okay? Very nice. I think this is almost ready. Never overcook, okay? That's it. And then we get ready also to garnish it too. Let's get everything ready to garnish it, okay? This is beautiful, beautiful. You know what? Ready to be served. Ah, look at this. I cannot believe it. Garnish it right here. Sprinkle tiny bit of chili. And you know what? What we have here is something very spicy. This is one of my favorites. Spicy Sichuan twice cooked pork. This dish actually is beyond good, especially if you like spicy food. Thanks for joining me today. Remember, if Yan can cook Premier Dung's favorites, so can you. 再见.